Hello students! In this video lesson, we will talk about problem solvings involving conic sections. For example number 1, a particular cell phone tower located at Pasong Kawayan 2, General Trias City, Cavite is designed to service a 12-mile radius. The tower is located at -3 and 5 on a coordinate plane whose units represents miles. What is the standard equation of the outer boundary of the region serviced by the tower? Is a cell phone user at 8 and 0 within the service range? Then explain. So in this example, we need to answer two questions. So yung una, yung ano daw yung standard equation ng outer boundary ng region serviced by the tower. Second is yung cell phone user daw at coordinates 8 and 0 within the range. So let's answer these two questions. So based sa problem natin, meron daw tayong cell phone tower. And of course, yung cell phone tower, meron siyang circular path for transmitting the signal. And then, meron daw siyang 12-mile na radius. 12-mile radius. So, kapag yung location mo is within that miles, so maka-acquire ka ng signal. Pag halimbawa nag-exceed ka ng 12 miles, so for example 12.1, hindi ka na makakasagap ng signal. So, dapat within that range ka lang para makasagap ka ng signal. And then, sabi doon, yung tower daw ay located at -3 and 5. So, dahil nga circular yung path nung signal, so yung mismong location ng tower is -3 and 5. Siya yung magsisilbing center. So, we're done with the standard equations of the four conic sections as well as the general form and transforming standard to general and general to standard. So, sagutin natin yung first question, ano daw yung standard equation. So, balikan natin yung standard equation ng circle. So, standard equation ng circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So, based sa problem natin, meron daw siyang center. So, yung circle natin is centered at -3 and 5. So, center at -3 and 5, which is the location of the tower. And then, yung radius natin is yung 12-mile radius. So, 12 miles. Yung unit represents miles. And then, para makuha natin yung standard form, i-sub lang natin itong mga values na to sa standard equation ng circle. So, that is x. Itong center is h and k to, di ba? So, minus h. So, yung h dito is -3. So, magiging positive 3. Squared plus y minus k. Yung k is 5. Minus 5 squared is equal to, yung r is 12 and then squared. So, isulat na lang natin dito yung standard equation dito sa taas. So, that is x plus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equal to 12 squared is 144. So, ito yung answer natin for the first question. Second naman is a cell phone user at 8 and 0 within the service range? Then explain. So, para meron tayong binigay na coordinate dito na x and y, which is at 8 and 0. So, paano natin malalaman kung within the service range ba tong user na to? So, isub lang natin tong values na to. Since, di ba, ito ay x and y, sub natin yan sa standard form. And then, dapat yung values na makukuha sa left side is equal or less than 144. So, yung nasa right side, di ba, is 144. So, dapat yung sa left side is less than or equal to 144 para masabi natin na siya ay within the service range. So, isub na natin yung 8 and 0 sa x and y. Sa x is 8 plus 3 squared plus y natin is 0 minus 5 squared is equal to 144. So, 8 plus 3 is 11 and then squared plus -5 squared is equal to 144. So, 11 squared is 121 plus -5 squared is 25 is equal to 144. So, 121 plus 25, so that is 146. But, the answer or yung value na nakuha natin sa left side is not equal to 144. And also, 146 is greater than greater than 144. So, kailangan kasi natin makuha na value dito sa left side is equal to or, so, yung value natin dapat dito is less than or equal to 144 sa left side dapat. But since 146 is greater than 144, so meaning, yung cellphone user at 8 and 0 is out of service range. So, pwede natin din siyang i-plot para mas makita natin o mapatunayan natin na hindi talaga siya or out of service range talaga siya. So, ito yung pag nag-graph natin siya sa graphing application. So, ito yung x plus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equal to 144. And then, itong dot na to, itong blue dot na yan, that is 8 and 0. So, kung sa malayo, parang, para siyang within the service range. Pero, kapag zoom natin yan, ito yung kakalabasan, mapapansin nyo. Ayan. So, hindi siya tumama doon sa graph no circle natin. Or meaning, hindi siya within the service range. So, wala siya sa 12-mile radius. Meaning, the user at 8 and 0 is not within the 12-mile radius. So, kailangan tumama siya dito sa graph ng circle or less than. Or dapat nasa loob siya. So, out of service. So, next question. So, example number 2, an engineer designs a satellite dish with a parabolic cross-section. The dish is 5 meters wide at the opening, and the focus is placed at 1.2 from the vertex. So, i-visualize natin yung sinabi dito na meron daw tayong satellite dish. Ayan. So, 5 meters wide daw to. So, 5 meters wide yung satellite dish. 5 meters. And then, yung focus daw is placed 1.2 from the vertex. So, halimbawa, dito yung vertex natin. So, yung ito daw is 1.2. 1.2. So, kung i-graph natin yan or gagawin natin sa coordinate plane, ganyan siya. So, ito ay 5 meters. And then, i-place na lang natin yung vertex at the origin para mas madali tayong makapag-solve. And then, yung focus daw is 1.2 from the vertex. So, ito ay, halimbawa, andito si 1.2. 1.2 meters. So, first question natin, position coordinate system with the origin at the vertex. So, yun naman yung ginawa natin. Yung vertex is at the origin and the x-axis on the parabola's axis of symmetry. So, dahil nga opening upward yan, so yung axis of symmetry natin is at x is 0. Find an equation of the parabola. So, remember, yung equation ng parabola, opening upward. So, recall lang natin. Or letter A. So, opening upward, centered, or vertex at the origin. So, that is x squared is equal to 4py. Okay? So, x squared is equal to 4p. So, yung p natin is yung location ng focus, which is 1.2. So, 1.2y. So, x squared is equal to 4.8y. So, ito na yung answer natin sa first question. And then, second question, find the depth of the satellite dish at the vertex. So, yung depth daw o yung gano'n daw kalalim yung satellite dish natin. So, sa given natin, yung width ng satellite dish is 5 meters. Yan, 5 meters daw siya. And since yung vertex naman is at the origin, so pwede natin siyang i-half. So, yung 5 meters is magiging 2.5 meters here and 2.5 meters here. So, kung ilolocate natin yan sa coordinate system that is positive, ito naman is negative. So, kung ano yung y coordinates nila, yun na rin yung magiging depth ng satellite dish natin. So, paano natin makukuha yung y coordinates na yan. So, since ito is x and y, so pwede nating isub yung value ng x na to, which is 2.5 meters, dito sa standard form na nakuha natin dito. So, letter B. At this point, 2.5 and y. So, isub natin yung x squared, which is 2.5 squared is equal to 4.8 y. So, yon, pwede na natin makuha si y by dividing both sides by 4.8. So, cancel out natin to. To get 2.5 squared over 4.8 is equal to y. So, compute natin yung value ng y is equal to 1.3. Or therefore, yung depth nung satellite dish is equal to 1.3 meters. Ito yung ating answer for letter B. For example, number 3, a parabolic cable of 60 meters portion of the roadbed of a suspension bridges are positioned as shown. Vertical cables are to be spaced every 6 meters along the portion of the roadbed. Calculate the lengths of the first two of these vertical cables from the vertex. So, this is the illustration of our example number 3. So, meron tayong parabolic cable, 60-meter portion. So, ito yung 60-meter portion on this part, on this portion. And then, vertical cables are to be spaced every 6 meters. So, every 6 meters daw, yung mga vertical cables natin. So, at this point, 6 meters yan. So, another 6 meters, so that is 12 na. So another 6, so 18 plus 6 is 24, and then, yan, so 30. So 30, so 30 rin dito. So total of 60 meters. And then, meron tayong center cable, or center vertical cable here, which is 3 meters in length. So, yung task natin is to calculate the lengths of the first two of these vertical cables from the vertex. So, from the vertex, so, ito yung ating vertex. Ito yung magsisilbing vertex natin, yung height ng center cable natin. And then, yung hanapin natin is yung height nitong first two. So, yung height nito and yung height doon, ito yung hahanapin natin. So, paano natin makukuha yan? So, i-analyze muna natin yung graph niya. So, ilagay natin yung coordinate system here, yung x-axis dito. And then, dito yung y-axis. So, yung magiging vertex natin, so yung magiging coordinates niya is 0 and 3. Vertex, since yung output parabola natin is opening upward, based dun sa graph natin na to, so opening upward yan. So, kung ipa-plot natin, that is parabola opening upward. So, recall lang natin yung standard equation ng parabola opening upward with, meron na tayong h and k, di ba? So, that is x minus h, so ito yung naka-squared, is equal to 4p times y minus k. Kailangan muna natin hanapin si 4p. So, paano kaya natin hanapin si 4p? Ilagay muna natin si h and k. So, x minus 0 squared is equal to 4p y minus 3. So, paano natin mahanap si 4p? So, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba ito ay 30, since half ng 60 is 30. Distance from 0 of x-axis. And then, napansin nyo, meron nakalagay na 16. So, that is, meaning, kung ipa-plot natin yung location niya, that is 30 and 16. So, x and y. 30 sa x-axis and 16 units naman sa y-axis. So, pwede natin itong gamitin since it passes through the graph, diba? Pansin nyo na it passes through the graph. Ayan. So, pwede natin siyang i-plot. So, at x and y, which is 30 and 16. So, pwede natin isub tong x as 30 and y as 16. So, 30 squared is equal to 4p times y minus 3. Y is 16 minus 3. So, 30 squared, so that is 900 is equal to 4p. 16 minus 3 is 13. Divide both sides natin by 13. So 4p is equal to 900 over 13. So therefore, yung ating final standard form, x or x squared na lang, x squared is equal to 900 over 13 times y minus 3. So since may standard form na tayo, mahahanap na natin yung length nung first two vertical cables. So since meron tayong distance from 0 sa x-axis, meron tayong 6 units dito. So 6 units. So yung x-coordinate na is 6 and y. So 6 and y, since hindi pa natin alam yung y-coordinate niya or yung y-coordinate nung first cable is yun na rin yung height niya. So yung first cable, that is 6 and y. Or y1 na nga lang. Y sub 1. So 6 yun. 6 tong distance na to. And then yung height niya, ayun yung magiging y-coordinate. So, i-plug in natin tong 6 and y dito sa standard form natin. So, yung x is 6. So, 6 squared is equal to 900 over 13 times y minus 3. Ayan. So, i-distribute lang natin tong 900 over 13 sa y and negative 3. So, 6 squared is 36 is equal to 900 over 13 minus 27 over 13. Nakalimutan ko yung y dito. Ayan, so yung 27 over 13, so i-transfer natin sa left side, so magiging plus 27 over 13 is equal to 900 over 13 y. So 36, calculate lang natin yung 36 plus 27 over 13 plus 36. So that is 3168. 3168 over 13 is equal to 900 over 13 y. So to find y, divide natin both side by 900 over 13. 900 over 13 para ma-cancel out to. Ayan. So 3168 over 13, divide natin by 900 over 13. So that is 88 over 25. So y is equal to 88 over 25 or y is equal to 3.52 meters. So meaning, yung height, itong first cable is 3.52. So yung x-coordinate niya is 6 and 3.52. So ito yung coordinates ng first cable. So now, yung isa naman, yung second cable is another 6 meters, yung distance niya from 0 of x-axis. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So magiging 12 units na yung x-coordinate niya. So burahin muna natin tong for first cable. So gawin natin second cable. So 6 plus 6, that is 12. So that is 12 and y sub 2. So same lang ng steps nung ginawa natin sa first cable. So yung x natin is ipinlog in natin tong x coordinate nung second cable. So 12 squared is equal to 900 over 13 y sub 2 minus 3. So 12 squared is 144. So, i-distribute natin si 900 over 13 sa y sub 2 minus 3. So, 900 over 13 y sub 2 minus 27 over 13. So, lipat lang natin ulit si 27 over 13 sa kabila. 144 plus 27 over 13 is equal to 900 over 13 y sub 2. So, si 144 plus 27 over 13, so that is 4572 over 13 is equal to 900 over 13 y sub 2. So, same nung ginawa natin sa first cable, i-divide natin both side by 900 over 13. Para ma-cancel out to, 900 over 13. So, computin lang natin, divided by 900 over 13. So, that is 5.08. So, yung y sub 2 natin, 5.08 meters. So, yung coordinates niya, 12 and 5.08. Ito yung x and y. So, yun na. Ito pala yung kailangan natin. Yung 5.08, yung length, no, or yung height. Height na lang. Height nung second cable. And then yung height naman nung first cable. Height of first cable. So, yun nakuha natin na 3.52 meters. 3.52 and 5.08 meters. For example, number 5. An elliptical-shaped garden is surrounded by a wood walkway. The garden is 15 meters long and 8 meters wide. The walkway is 2 meters wide. So, find the equation describing the ellipse that includes both the garden and the walkway. So, kung i-visualize natin yan, garden na elliptical in shape. So, let's say ito yung garden. And then yung walkway, sabi doon, 2 meters daw yan. 2 meters. So, drawing na lang tayo ng horizontal na ellipse. And then, ito naman yung mismong garden. And then, sabi dito, yung garden daw is 15 meters long. So, centered at 0 na lang natin para mas madali yung computation. So, 15 meters. And then, 8 meters wide naman daw. 8 meters wide. So, itong nakapalibot sa kanya, 2 meters yan. Ito yung walkway. So, find the equation describing the ellipse that includes both the garden and the walkway. So, kung 15 to, 15 wide 15 meters wide. So, mag-a-add tayo kung ito ay 7.5. Half ng 15 is 7.5. 7.5. So, kung ito ay 2 meters, so magkakaroon tayo ng additional 2 meters. So, 7.5 plus 2 is, so yung coordinate niyan is 9.5. And then, ito naman, ganoon din, same lang din. Negative 9.5. Sa length niya, 8 meters wide. So, kung ito ay 8 meters, yung half niyan is 4 meters. So, ito ay 4. So, additional 2 ulit. So, that is 6 na. So, same as dito sa baba. So, kung ito ay 4 meters, so, plus 2 ulit, plus 2. So, that is equivalent to 6 meters. So, therefore, kung babalikan natin ulit si standard equation ng ellipse, centered at origin. So, sinenter lang natin at origin para mas madali yung computation. Since yan ay a horizontal ellipse, so x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, yung major axis natin, or yung semi-major is 9.5. So, yung A natin is 9.5. And then, yung B natin is 6. So, yung 2B is 12. So, since may value na tayo ng A and B, so, pwede natin siyang i-plug in sa standard equation natin na x squared over yung A natin is 9.5 squared plus y squared over yung B is 6. So, 6 squared. So, x squared over 9.5 squared is 90.25 plus y over 36 is equal to 1. So, ito na yung ating standard equation ng ellipse natin. Both the garden and the walkway. For example, number 6, according to Kepler's law, planets have elliptical orbits with the Sun at one of the foci. The farthest Neptune gets from the Sun is 4.54 billion kilometers, and then the closest it gets to the Sun is 4.46 billion kilometers. So find the equation of the Neptune's orbit, assuming a center at 0, 0 or at the origin. So ito yung solar system. mapapansin natin, ito yung Neptune. Nakikita po ba? Yung Neptune, ito. So, ito yung orbit ng Neptune. So, mapapansin natin kahit sa illustration, parang circle na yung kanyang orbit. Based dun sa problem, the farthest Neptune gets from the Sun is 4.54 billion kilometers. So, yung farthest, meaning yung distance ng uphill niya is 4 billion kilometers. And then, yung closest naman, yung perihelion, so the closest it gets to the Sun is 4.46. So, mapansin natin, napakaliit nung difference ng dalawa. Though, maliit lang yung difference, but still, we still considered it as ellipse. So, as long as hindi sila equal. So, kahit sobrang liit lang ng difference na yon, 0.08 billion kilometers lang yung difference ng dalawa, we still considered it as an ellipse. As long as hindi sila nag-equal. So, i-drawing muna natin yung ellipse. Gawin na lang natin na horizontal. So, medyo circular na siya in actual, diba? So, the closest it gets to the Sun, so sabi sa Kepler's law, yung planet daw, halimbawa ito yung Neptune, yung Sun daw is located at one of the foci. So, halimbawa ito yung foci. So, yung location daw ng Sun is at one of the foci. So, let's say, andito yung Sun. Sabi dito, 4.54 billion kilometers farthest daw yon. So, 4.54. So, 4.54. So, gawin natin mas malapit pa yung Sun. So, ilagay natin dito yung dalawang foci. So, focus 1, focus 2. So, ilagay natin si Sun sa focus 2. So, ito daw yung Sun. Para naman ma-consider natin na medyo realistic in terms of the location and distance. So, sabi doon, yung uphill yon or yung distance ng Neptune from the Sun, yung farthest na distance is yan, 4.54 billion kilometers. So, yung center natin dito. And then, yung perihelion naman, 4.46, yung closest to the Sun. So, yung pinakamalapit daw siya. Yung distance na pinakamalapit siya sa Sun is 4.46. 4.46. So, yung distance na farthest yung Neptune from the Sun is 4.54 billion kilometers. Ito yung uphill yun. And then, yung distance naman na closest yung Neptune sa Sun is 4.46 billion kilometers. Ito yung perihelion. Kung a-analyze natin yung illustration, yung pag pinag-plus natin yung 4.46 and 4.54 billion kilometers, ito yung magiging major axis natin. So, pag pinag-plus natin yan, yung total na length niyan is 4.46 plus 4.54 is 9 billion kilometers. So, ito na yung major axis natin. Major axis. So, yung 2A natin is 9 billion kilometers. So, kapag kinuha natin yung A dyan, that is 4.5 billion kilometers. And then next, yung task natin na kailangang hanapin is yung equation daw no Neptune's orbit assuming a center at 0, 0. Recalling the equation or standard equation of ellipse, horizontal ellipse, so x squared over a squared plus y squared over v squared is equal to 1. So, x squared, so centered at origin lang naman yan, so wala nang h and k. So, yung a squared natin is, so ilagay na lang natin ng 4.5. Huwag na natin ilagay yung billion, pampahaba lang yun. And then plus y squared over, okay, so yung b squared, so wala pa tayong b squared. So, paano natin makukuha yung b squared? So, remember yung formula na c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. So, sa ellipse, always greater than yung a kaysa sa b. So, para mahanap natin yung b squared, so that is b squared is equal to a squared minus c squared. So, b squared is equal to a squared, which is 4.5 squared minus c squared. So, hindi pa pala natin nakuha si c squared. So, to find c squared, So that is yung half nung major axis natin. So yung major axis natin 'di ba is 9 billion kilometers. I-half natin 'yon. So 4.5 billion kilometers. I-less natin yung 4.46 minus 4.46. Okay, so that is equivalent to, so yung C natin. So distance no foci from the center. So that is 0.04 billion kilometers. So nakuha na natin yung C. So that is 0.04 squared. So yung B natin is square root ng is 20.25 minus 0.04 squared is 0.00. So yung B natin is 4.4998. 4.4998. So, hindi natin siya pwedeng gawing 4.5 kasi mag-equal siya sa A natin. So, which is 4.5 din. So, dapat may mas malaking denominator. So, to finalize the standard equation of the ellipse, so that is x squared over 4.5 squared is 20.25 plus y squared. Yung b squared natin is 4.49 squared. That is 20.2484 is equal to 1. So, ito yung standard equation ng orbit ng Neptune. So, mapansin natin, napaka-konti lang nung difference nung A and B. So, parang mapansin natin, medyo circular na talaga. Kung babalikan natin yung eccentricity. So, ito yung measure kung gaano ba ka-circular yung conic sections. So, kung babalikan natin, circle, meron siyang equivalent na 0 na eccentricity. Yung parabola naman is 1. Yung hyperbola is greater than 1. And then, sa ellipse naman, less than dapat. Less than 1. So, kung kukumpitin natin yung eccentricity ng ellipse, so, all in all, saya lang naman yung formula for that. So, yung E is equal to C over A. Yung C natin, di ba, is 0.04. 0.04 divided by, yung A is 4.5. So, that is equal to 0.008. 88 or 89. So, mapansin natin less than 1. Mapansin natin parang going to 0 na siya, pero hindi pa siya equal to 0. Once na nag-equal yan sa 0, therefore, circle na yan. Mako-consider as circle. But since meron pa siyang decimal na 889, so hindi pa rin siya equal to 0, so we still considered it as an ellipse. So, kapag less than 1, that is an ellipse. Kapag naman equal to 1 yung eccentricity, that is parabola. Kapag naman greater than 1, that is hyperbola. So, kapag 0, bakit nagiging 0 kapag circle? Since C over A, wala naman tayong focus or foci sa circle, di ba? So, magiging 0 over A. So, 0 over A. Pag numerator ang 0, that is equivalent to 0 na lang din. Kaya yung eccentricity ng circle is 0. For our last example, the cross-section of a nuclear cooling tower is in the shape of a hyperbola. So, ito yung mga example no nuclear tower or nuclear cooling tower. So, ito yung nasa upper right side. So, yun yung mga nuclear cooling towers. So, in shape of hyperbola. With equation x squared over 16 squared minus y squared over 27 squared is equal to 1. The tower is 180 meters tall, and the distance from the top of the tower to the center of the hyperbola is half the distance from the base of the tower to the center of the hyperbola. So, find the diameter of the tower and the base of the tower. So, kung ibubuo natin yan, nuclear cooling tower, so in shape of a hyperbola siya. So, mag-draw muna tayo ng hyperbola. Sabi dito, the tower is 180 meters tall. So, 180 meters. And the distance from the top of the tower to the center of the hyperbola. So, ilagay na lang natin yung center at the origin. So, mag-draw tayo ng Cartesian or coordinate plane. So, sabi sa problem, yung distance daw nung top, so dito yon, of the tower to the center of the hyperbola. So, yung center hanggang dito. So, hanggang dito is half down on distance from the base of the tower to the center of the hyperbola. So, kung ito ay, halimbawa, ito ay A. So, half down ito. So, ito yung base. Ito yung center natin, diba? O yung center ng hyperbola. So, that is 2A. So, meaning, 3A is equivalent to 180 meters. So, to find the distance of A, divide natin both sides by 3. So, A is equal to 180 divided by 3 is 60 meters. So, next is to find the diameter of the top and the base of the tower. So, since meron naman tayong height na, alam na natin yung height nung, from the center nung hyperbola to the top and from base to the center. So, alam natin na ito ay 60. So, therefore, ito ay, kung lalagay natin yung coordinates, x and y coordinates niya, so that is x. Hindi natin alam yung kung ilang units ba siya from the x-axis. Pero alam natin yung shifting niya sa y-axis, which is 60 units or 60 meters. So, dito sa baba, so, same as hindi rin natin alam kung ilang beses siya mag-shift or ilan ba yung shifting niya sa x-axis. So, hindi natin alam. So, ilagay natin siya as x. And alam naman natin yung shifting pababa, which is 2a. So, 2 times a is 60 times 2, 120. So, 120 or negative 120. Kasi kung yung location niya dito, so, x and negative 120. So, dito naman, x and 60. So, ito yung gagamitin natin na ipa-plug in natin dun sa standard equation na given dun sa hyperbola, which is x squared over 16 squared minus y squared over 27 squared is equal to 1, or lagay na natin yung equivalent ano nyo, over 256 minus y squared over 729 is equal to 1. So, since centered naman siya at origin, so wala lang tayong values ni x and ni h and k. So, kaya siya x squared over 256 minus y squared over 729. So, kapag gantong problem solving involving conic sections or real life problem solving, so mas madali kung i-center na lang natin yung center at the origin para mas madali siya. And then, to find the diameter of the top, so gamitin natin yung coordinate niya, which is coordinates niya x and 60. So, at x and 60, so gamitin natin yung x and y as x squared over 256 minus yung y niya is 60, diba? So, that is 60 squared over 729 is equal to 1. And then, x squared over 256 minus 60 squared is 3,600 over 729 is equal to 1, or ilipat na lang natin sa right C, 360 over 729 sa right side. So, plus 1. And then, x squared over 256 is equal to 360 over 729 plus 1. So, that is equal to 481 over 81. So, let's multiply na lang both side by 256. 256, so cancel out to, x squared is equivalent to 1,520.2 or square root natin both sides. So we will get 38.99. So itong x na to, equivalent lang yan sa radius. Sa x coordinate ng radius. So from here up to here. So that is 38.99 and 60. So yung coordinate ng radius, so that is 38.99 and 60. So to find the diameter, so i-times 2 lang natin. So 2r is equal to d. So 2 times 38.99, that is equivalent to 77.98. So yung diameter nung top nung tower is equivalent to 77.98. So next, sa base naman, kukunin naman natin yung diameter ng base. So at x and negative 120. So i-plug in natin itong mga values na to sa standard form ng hyperbola na given. So x squared over 256 minus negative 120 squared over 729 is equal to 1. So x squared over 256. So lipat na lang natin sa kabila si 120 squared over 729. So that is equivalent to 11400 over 729 plus 1. So itong 11,400 plus 1. So that is equivalent to 1681 over 81. And then, i-multiply na lang natin both side by 256. Multiply natin both side by 256. So, ma-cancel out to. So, x squared is equivalent to 1681 over 81 times 256. So, equivalent dyan sa 430336. Using ko nga lang. Over 81. So, kunin natin yung square root ng both side. So, we will get x is equivalent to 656 over 9 or 72.89. 72.89. So, 72.89. So, just like dun sa base natin, so, itong x na to is just yung x coordinate ng radius. So, r is equal to x. So, to find the diameter, so that is 2r equals to d. So, 72.89 times 2 lang natin yun. So, that is equivalent to 145.78 meters. So, ayun na. So, yung diameter nung top is 77.98 meters yun. And yung sa base naman, 145.78 meters.